Hi everyone. With The Lord of the Rings, the middle of the book starts at the end of the Fellowship of the Ring and moves into the Two Towers. At the end of the Fellowship of the Ring, Frodo and his companions have already left on the next part of the journey that Frodo has to go on. And at the beginning of the Two Towers, they lose one of their friends in a battle, and Frodo decides that he needs to go on his own to finish the quest, and none of the others can help him. He has started to change and become more mature at this point because at first he's letting other people kind of decide what he's going to do and where he was going to go and the path he was going to take. And by this point, he has, after everything that has happened so far, he's decided that he needs to go on and finish this journey himself. And so he leaves the rest of them except for one person who decides to follow him because he said he wasn't going to let him go alone. And that was his friend Sam. And the others, they don't really like it, but they agree with what he has to do. And so they let him go. As far as character development, this is where Tolkien has started to have Frodo change, mature, and grow up a little bit, even though in his, as far as hobbits are concerned, he's already of age, but he wasn't really acting like it at first. So now that he is starting to act like it and making more grown-up decisions, he leaves and continues to go on the rest of the journey. As far as young adult and romance elements, there's not really any in this series other than two of the characters act kind of immature like a young adult might act, but then they start to change as well. And the romance factor is between two characters named Aragorn and Arwen, who in the scheme of things, we really don't get much of their romance. It's not really a part of the book. It's alluded to in some passages, but it's not a major part of the story. The major story is Frodo and his journey and how he grows and changes. And that the other characters also grow and change as well as Frodo does, and we see that along the way, but the major one is him that we see change a lot. The others really don't start changing until the end of the book, as far as their demeanor and the lessons they've learned and learning from the mistakes they've made along the way. So that's it for this about the middle part of the Lord of the Rings book. I'm looking forward to talking to everyone and listening to your comments and sharing my comments on yours as far as your books.